Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you.
Endsars, Yoruba group sympathizes with Tinubu, Lagosians over Kanagesh. Hello everyone, a very one big thank you to you. Endsars is still trending because Nigerian government has they are trying very hard to make sure that they suppress the evidences of what happened. For starters, the army initially they were invited, they refused to come. The same army, the group went to the panel investigating, just to be able to get to the bottom of the matter, went all of a sudden uninvited straight into their barracks to check their mortuary. They denied them access. Point blank, they said no. They invited them to come so that they can have their own side of the story. Initially, they refused, later, they came. And when they came, the heap of lies, my brothers, my sisters, is unimaginable. And you know that there were about 300 and something people that were heard by soldiers and police in Lagos. That's just in Lagos. So yesterday we heard that about 251 of them were released. We reported you with that news. So what's going on right now is that they say Yoruba group. We don't know which group is this. Is sympathizing with Tinubu. I don't get it. Is Tinubu the governor of the state? You see that there is still the godfatherism and it's still very much playing out. Let's get straight into the news and get all the details. The Aferi Apan Yoruba pressure group at the weekend expressed their sympathy with the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Ashiwaji Ahmed Bola Tinubu. The people of Lagos and people across the South West Zone over the loss of property resulting from the recent Endsars protests that rocked the nation. The group advised that efforts should be directed towards identifying families that lost loved ones and ensure that every necessary step taken, including monetary compensation, while those who suffer loss of property be adequately compensated, stressing the move may hasten the healing process of all that happened. In a communication signed letter by the leader of the group, Senator Labiye, which was issued after its meeting at the weekend, the Aferi group called for APC leader to concerns review of the report of the Air Rufai Committee on Restructuring, which was set up in 2017 with a view towards presenting same for legislation in order to move the nation forward on the issue of the review of the 1999 Constitution. We sympathize with Lagosians and our people across the South-West Zone, such as Ashiwaji Bola Tinubu, Oba of Lagos, and others, and whose personal property were affected, including those and many others from the region and many places in Nigeria whose daily living might have been affected by the consequences of the protests. We call on leaders of the APC to consciously have a review of the report by the Air Rufai Committee on Restructuring, which was set up in the 2017 with view towards presenting same as a legislative order for Nigeria to be restructured. This will cause Nigeria to move forward. On the recent Endsars protests, a ferry the Yoruba group agreed that not only with the need of the end all forms of brutality against citizens by police, but called for an end to brutality as well as gross abuse of power and privileges in all areas of our national life. While commiserating with the victim, including civilians, forced, armed forced men, and their relative for loss of lives, livelihood, property, the group advised the ongoing forward the best process that will enable ensure good governance at all levels of government, particularly across the Southwest Zone, which bear a disappropriate bond on the carriage relative to its ability to meet the demands of the protesters. Aferi commends all the executive governors of the South West states, particularly Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, whose state, Lagos State, became the epic center of the protest for their promoter and proactive steps in ensuring the protesters that their grievances has been communicated to the appropriate quarters for the necessary attention. We salute the courage and the resilience of all the giant law enforcement agents who not only had a manage not only had to manage the whole issue on their reputation by the activities of the bad eggs in the midst of them, but at the same time has to restore law and order across the nation in a holistic environment. We commend all the governors across the Southwest for setting up various machineries to assess the nature and extent of damage suffered by Nigerians in the hands of the SARS, as well as the hands of the ravaged riots. The governor's initiative in establishing Amotekun appeared to have been justified. Human life is irreplaceable. Nothing less. We suggest that families that have lost loved ones be identified and every step taken, including monetary compensation, be given to help go through this period that the families have lost loved ones. These are many more, and we will support the region. So this is the Yoruba group called the Aferi and what they have done. They came and they were speaking with regards to the Endsars here and there, talking to Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu and what have you. Well, it's a good thing that they are having this discussion, but far beyond this discussion, what next? What next exactly? These are your sons and daughters, these are your children who identify that they are suffering and they are lacking in this area. What are you doing and what have you done? Or what can you do to help them go through this process? It is important that every one of them feel as a part of the whole process. All of you are talking about the whole Endsars issue. Nobody particularly has mentioned the oppression by Nigerian government now on Endsars protesters. Nobody is speaking about that. Nobody is speaking about that. Nobody. Nobody is speaking about oppression going on right now. So you see Nigerian government seizing passports, Nigerian government freezing back accounts. Nobody's talking about that. Everybody's just saying the effect of Endsars, the effect of Endsars. I don't get it. Effect of Endsars. So we need to actually know what we are doing. We need to actually know what we are doing. So Endsars happened. Have we gotten? Have the reform really happened? People that are being held in police station, are they not still being intimidated? Somebody just was in his house and they came to whisk him away. Is that not intimidation? Guys, leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.